Hello and welcome to The Healing Way. My name is Richard Clark, and on this video I'll be talking about exploring mind, understanding more about the mind and its functions, how it works and everything else. There's an awful lot coming to me about this that I feel is being revealed by my own mind, and the theme is that its mind is now ready to reveal something about itself. So I'm very happy to pass that on. I would like to stress that I'm not a doctor or a medical man. I'm not a scientist. I'm not trained in mental health. I'm just somebody who's interested in all this. So please, if you are watching this video, just take it in that spirit. See it as somebody who is simply interested in this aspect of us. Now, I've been waiting for weeks to get more on the next healing step, Healing with Energy Step 5. And I say I've been waiting because the way it works for me is it's very much revealed to me in my own mind. My own mind, it's like it uncovers or reveals it, the next step. And it's really quite interesting because once I start to study what's been revealed, it does become quite a surprise, the ingenuity behind it all, none of which I can claim credit for. I'm effectively just the mouthpiece for my own mind, which is quite a bizarre situation, but if it helps people, well, great. Now, one of the things, there's a number of unconnected different things I want to talk about relating to mind. One of the things is that mind seems to be something that's conceived of as being as just being complete. We're born with a mind and that's it, it's just there. It doesn't get bigger or smaller or greater or diminish, it just is. And we seem to think it's something that lives in our heads that nothing much happens to, really, for those of us who do consider it. One of the surprising things that I've come to recently is it appears that mind is made up of the four components, which is, as I keep saying, the four forces or effects in the universe, fields. And these fields come together in the body and are directed by the brain to form mind, to create mind. So you have a situation where these forces, these fields, come together and combine. And that combined unity is what we refer to as mind. Now, I said on a previous video that it didn't seem that mind as a combined, a unification of these forces could be called the fifth one, could be called the fifth force or effect or field. Which I still think is right, but what I overlooked was that the fields have abilities. There are abilities or attributes within the fields themselves, and it seems to me that when the fields combine, these abilities or attributes within the fields, when they combine, then yes, something new is created. Something new is created within the abilities of the fields. Not the fields themselves, but the abilities of the fields. So there's some new ability comes into existence. So it is more than the sum of its parts with the abilities, not with the fields themselves. That I think is accurate. Yeah, that seems right. Now, One thing I would like to say is that the videos I've been posting would, looking back on them, appear to give the impression that the brain is in control of all this. It isn't. The brain is merely the facilitator. It brings together the fields, or it allows the fields to come together. It's the mind itself that's in control. The mind is in control of timing. It chooses what it wants to reveal to the brain and when it wants to reveal it. To understand this better, perhaps the point, or one of the points of these videos, is to try and help people to see that to have the proper relationship with their own minds, to let the mind reveal what it wants to reveal when it's ready and when you're ready. This concept of readiness comes in. It's the mind is ready to give and the person or the brain is ready to receive. So to have this right relationship with our own minds is very important, without coercion, without trying to force it, without dictating, without saying, well, I'm not interested in that aspect of it, I want this aspect. As I say, the situation I'm in is that I've been waiting for more healing methods to be revealed, and it's going on for weeks now. It's like there's a brick wall gone up in that direction, but so far as all this mind stuff goes, it's just a flood. It just keeps coming. So I can only assume that the mind information that's coming out at the moment is very important. So much so that for the minute the healing methods have been put on hold. Having said that, I can feel the wall starting to break down, and there's a flow of information coming through now where it was blocked before. So this understanding, this exploration of the mind, it appears to be very important. It's something that we need to look at very seriously. It seems that the relationship we have with our own minds, a domineering one, isn't correct. We need to allow our own minds to work in their own way, in their own time, at their own speed. And it's fascinating to me that mind, it's almost like it has the master plan underneath it all. The mind will reveal something and you just don't get it. It's like, yeah, wow, so what? And then weeks later something else is revealed, and you don't get that either. And then it goes on. You just get these bits and pieces coming in, and none of them make sense. But at some point down the line, it all comes together. And then the cleverness of it, how it's like your mind has said to itself, right, okay, that person isn't ready for all of it. We'll give them this little bit. And then when they've pondered that and worked that out, we'll give them a little bit more. And they'll work that out and ponder that, and their brains will tick over it. And it's almost like an educator. It's educating the person that it relates to. Which is fine, because I know these healing methods, I could not have worked them out. I don't think anybody could have. They're beyond reason. They're beyond intellect, beyond logic. That's why I've said on previous videos how important the new is. But it's not just the new, it's how the new is presented. You can't just have a flash and say, right, okay, I'll get it. It has to be understood as part of a process that's ongoing over many weeks and many months. The new just isn't like, oh yeah, I'll get that. It's over in a second. No. It's weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months. It goes on. And as I say, there is an underlying theme or intelligence or master plan, whatever it is, where this information is revealed in the right way at the right time, appropriately, for the person it's talking to. It's revealing it to. Okay, so that's said about that. I probably will be videoing something on this, when the powers, not powers, but the abilities of the forces, when they combine and they combine to create this new ability. I'll probably be videoing more on that when I get more on that. At the moment, I'm just seeing that is the case. Now, something else about these fields. The CERN experiments in, I think it's Switzerland, with the boson, the Higgs field. I think it's Peter Higgs postulated there was a field that could impart mass to particles, and it can also withdraw mass from particles. I've seen the first part, I've perceived the first part. It's like the immaterial, for some reason it crosses over a line and becomes material. So I've seen that part. That I think is what they're talking about. Now, to take it one step further, it seems to me that the field that does that is not just imparting mass, but it's controlling it. It's putting it together. And what I'm referring to with this is the brain. I perceive a field that is in the background, behind the brain, or in the background, that is putting the brain together, for want of a better way of putting it. And this field is completely different from the fields of the mind. This is a separate field. And it seems to be putting the brain together. I would assume there's fields that are doing the same for all forms of existence, maybe the human body, other life on the planet, whatever. I don't know. I haven't seen that. I'm not particularly looking. I don't want to turn what I'm doing into an exploration of human existence. I want to stay focused with my first love, which is the healing work, and to try and help people who are suffering and in pain. So that is priority. That's never going to change. So I don't want to spread it out too wide, but it seems important that it's revealed that there is this field that not only gives mass, imparts mass to particles, it also controls and puts those particles together in certain ways to form certain things. And one of the things it's doing it with is the brain. That's all I've got to say on that one. Now, another thing that's caught my attention that's quite interesting is this two-way street. It's there's a saying, one of the philosophers, Goethe, said, when you look into the abyss is looking back at you. And I'm starting to think this is true of a lot of things, that when you look at a field, you perceive a field, the field is perceiving you. It is a two-way street. Yeah, I think this is a very important thing, that when the new comes, we perceive what's new, truly new, but the new perceives that it's ready, it's its time. It needs a perception as well. It is definitely a two-way street where one looks into the other. That's as far as I got with that. That's just a comment. Well, okay. I think I'm done. Thank you very much if you've been listening to this. I don't know if I'll be back with any more on mind. We'll see what happens. But anyway, if you've got this far, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And I shall see you, or you'll see me on the next one. Thank you.